Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? So, we got some interesting things popping off in our special 7. Um, Weird enough, I've definitely gotten a nice vibe off of this show and a nice, overall grasp on some of the characters, maybe not all of them, but I feel like I have a good understanding of what a lot of these characters are capable of, and even even though some of them are straight up kind of optimistic about each other, or like not trusting, they still have a really good track record of, all the times they've shown up and done certain things. So to think that there isn't any trust there, it doesn't seem true, but they definitely are holding some type of, you know, I don't want to say grudge, but they do have some type of quarrel with each other amongst the Special Seven, so that's also gonna probably lead into something relatively good storytelling wise, so expect something with that. But other than that, we also just see the fact that whoever kind of is in the way of these dragon guys, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna take any hike prisoners, right? Like they're not gonna let really anybody get away with anything just because they're ridiculously loyal to, like, even the people who are quote unquote amateurs are super loyal to the cause, which makes it ridiculously hard for people to pretty much, have them question what they're doing. Like, you can't be like, "Oh, you sure what you're doing is right?" Like they pretty much at this point are like, "Yeah, we know what's right, and only thing that's wrong here is anyone that's against us." So that's just the type of people I see them as, which makes sense with how the show is portraying these dragon guys. So I do look forward to seeing if that's how they are throughout the whole entire show, because if it is, I think we'll have a really good understanding of why they're pushing the narrative of, this is the better way to live and all that stuff like that. So we'll see how that one plays out. Um, but one of the most like interesting things that happened this week, which I did not expect at all, was the fact that we actually learn what happens to the cop who saved the kid pretty much way back when, back in the attack. So now we have a good look at, just what he's been up to and what he looks like and all this stuff. And we've seen him for quite a while actually, which is kind of crazy. He wound up being the same guy who was pretty much setting up all of these traps and bad things happening as of recently. So it's getting so good to know that everything's kind of like connected, and the things that are connected are actually well done and not just kind of foo-foo, like, oh wow, it's just here and accept it, goodbye. Like, it doesn't feel like that. um what else did we see? We saw just how pretty much any situation that kind of erupts with our team, they can handle it relatively easily as long as they have a smart, like, beginning, middle, and end for their goals. I don't think, like I was saying, they have a good track record, so they haven't failed anything yet or lost any lives unexpectedly while we've been watching. So they have a really good track record, and it's crazy to think that someone that they may have been working with, or someone they may have known, may be one of the most hardest people that they have to go against and have to take out now, and only one of them learning the truth about him as well is actually pretty crazy. And I think the guy with the glasses who actually found out that this guy is his brother, or even seemingly the detective, that saved our main character at the beginning. Um, it's crazy to think that we're only, so far into the story. Uh, and not only are we so far in the story, but what does it mean for this guy who's not capable of, supposedly feeling anymore? Like, he's straight up doing all this stuff that he was completely against, but what could change one of the most, like, supposed uh, nicest cop-friendly person, or, like, justice-bringing person to turn against his cause that he was already standing for? So that's what kind of scared me this week, was if you can break someone as focused and dedicated as him, then what's stopping you from breaking the whole entire world into doing what you want, to pretty much falling in line, if you will? So I don't know. Think about that on that aspect, that this show just does that without really needing to tell you. Like, all that stuff kind of got introduced to my brain just because of his confirmation of who he was. This guy who puts his hands up and drops two pistols down out of his sleeves. It's absolutely stylish man. So I don't know. I look forward to seeing everything that kind of transpires with this show, because we definitely got to even see the girl who I do appreciate, my samurai lady, and just how ridiculously talented she is, knocking people with the back of her sword and whatnot. Um, but other than that, we're about to see Special 7 full unit in force trying to handle this, and we already got one of them down in the basement getting absolutely beat up on, simply because he let his guard down after seeing his brother. So I think we can give him a pass on that one, but it does definitely leave him in a bad spot for the rest of the show. So, well, all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this, and I will definitely be talking to you soon. I think I got one more video for sure I'm going to be putting out. I don't know if I'm going to stop at 3 or not, but if I do, I want to thank you all, and definitely be ready for some more daily content if I do only drop this stuff for today. So, with all that being said, take care and peace.